Yeah, I have no idea how I'm supposed to film this thing, but it spins, and I just don't have the room on my desk right now. Because my gesso's gone bad, and I was trying to see if I could save it. Because boy, oh boy, does this suck. So, yeah, add a little bit of water, and that kind of helped. Maybe adding more would help more. Yeah, I got this for like, I think, $2 at a rummage sale, and I thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to do paint and use as like a small art project shelf. So I'm probably not going to do the whole gesso process just because, well, it's not like it's going to look dramatically different as I'm painting this on. And also, I need to figure out how to get all this taken care of, and I'm going to try and do a bunch of these with gesso just to try and use some of this up before it officially dies. All right, I rambled way too long. I've been trying to make my intro shorter. I failed on this one, but let's just get into the rest of it. So, spoiler alert, watering down the gesso does kind of revive it in the sense that it's not as chunky, it's kind of smooth again. It just doesn't feel quite like gesso, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It just didn't feel like it was gonna be a good, long lasting whatever, especially on ceramics, like those white jars. Absolutely no way. That was gonna be way too textured. And I mean, these ceramic jars are hard to even gesso to begin with. I don't know if trying to sand them a little bit would help. I've seen some people do that with different things. I assume you can use sandpaper on ceramic, but, you know, I never remember to buy sandpaper, so I'm always kind of out of luck there anyway. So I just kind of keep layering and layering and layering. But anyway, we're back to this. So my original intent with coloring the shelf was I was going to do one solid color and then probably do like the front part of the shelves and all that. And hopefully that made sense. Probably a different color or something. I didn't have like a super strong sense of what I was going to do. I just know I wanted to paint it, and I know that the original intent was not this. And also that light pink, pretty but miserable to work with on this, because it was so transparent, it was so thin, it did not go on very well. It took like a bajillion layers, and even now I kind of just gave up and called it good enough. Which I don't really like drawing, but you know, this is also a little on the annoying side to paint. Not so much like the big shells, but these little ones, and trying to get like all the little corners and stuff was a major pain in the butt. But, you know, we got through. Obviously. Well, I shouldn't say obviously. This could be one of those videos where I start a project and just call it an epic fail. Also, my friend Stone kind of helped me choose the colors because, like, for the floor part of the shelves, I was really leaning towards doing those black and then doing something else for that outer outline that I'm painting black now. But I said, you know, I did ask him. It'd be kind of weird to, like, get his suggestion and then not do, I don't know. So even at that point, I was still heavily leaning towards, you know, switching it up and doing the black on the floor part of the shelves. You know, I stuck to my guns and I did the black on the outline, which I ended up really, really liking. Like, as just the base colors, it kind of looks like comic panels. And I think that turned out really, really cool. So, shout out to Stone for the idea. And yeah, honestly, I go to him a lot when I get stuck on ideas, just because he always comes up with like fun and interesting ideas, and I love it. And then, you know, the whole intent was to keep the paint job on this simple, and then to add things to decorate it with. So this is decoration. So I grabbed some black shiny tulle and some light lavender tulle. And obviously I'm gluing it on. you can see the process. This process was not fun. But I will say that it was more fun than the next process, I guess. That was not fun. That was a pain. But anyway, we got through it. And I figured, a little interest, we'll put some on this shelf too. This will be cool. And I do like the idea. I do not have any regrets on putting the tulle on that lower shelf. And then, this part, it started off not too bad. And if I had kept it to, just down here, it wouldn't have been too bad. It really wouldn't have. I mean, I knew I was going to do more than just this part, but I mean, well, we'll see what I mean in a second. Because I just used Mod Podge because I figured hot glue would be impossible. And trying to glue these up on the part where the tulle was awful. Maybe I should have caved in and used hot glue there. I don't know. It would have been incredibly messy. And worth it? Because, hot glue doesn't stick super well. It does, but it doesn't. It really depends on what you're doing. But anyway, enough of my whining and complaining and rambling, whatever you want to call it. Everyone calls it different things. But, so here's the finished product. And oddly enough, one of my gems turned yellow for some reason. I swear to God, I did not put it on yellow. It just ended up that way. And there I am pointing it out. But anyway, let me know what you would have done different if you like it how it is, if you would have changed something, if you would have done different colors, if you added different accessories. But until next time, bye-bye!